The return. It's been a while. Just because of eclipse-related travel last week. Let me go ahead and announce the stream. And go ahead and change the task, because that is not the task. By the way, just in case anybody was curious, my font isn't always this big. I usually do have pretty big, pretty chunky fonts, but I am also going slightly big just to make sure that it's readable over stream. I guess I never mentioned that. Anything currently sitting here? Yes, there is. Oh, yeah. I was working on multiple audio tracks. That is not going to happen right now. It's just too complicated. But yes, there is nothing. Yeah, a little bit of weirdness here, but nothing that needs to be here. So let me. And let me just make sure everything is where it ought to be, because I'm fairly certain it isn't. That's more like it. Okay. I'm going to refill my drink. One moment. No worries. My pupils are returning. Let me reattach my lav mic. My lapel mic without a lapel. Okay. So, the basic issue being addressed today is that there's a lot of peer-to-peer status that is actually collected by Ennuicastr, so you know when you have a good peer-to-peer connection, but it doesn't actually report that anywhere. It just doesn't tell you. I mean, it's reported here in the dev tools, but that's no use to anyone who isn't me. And I think, yeah, members, which maybe should be called users? Yeah, that should be, like, right here, there's the name. It goes green when they're talking. This should just be, like, split in two and have connection status on the opposite end. Let me set this to normal mode. Get an invite. So I'll just have somebody else. I don't think you'll be able to hear this right now. It doesn't matter. And whether you can or can't is unimportant, because this is the important part. So, yeah, peer P2P connected. It has the peer number and the reliability. This should eventually move to reliable rather than semi-reliable. Semi-reliable is... Yep, there it goes. It default connects in semi-reliable and then goes up or down based on the actual connection. And then, as you can see, it gets these peer P2P latency events that tell you the total latency to the peer. So my latency to myself is currently about 200 milliseconds, which is pretty bad, but a lot of that is a buffer. Interesting. The buffer should go back down again in time. Anyway, that doesn't matter. The buffer just increases when there's a lot of inconsistency. It's actually staying high. There shouldn't be inconsistency connecting to myself. Doesn't matter. Yeah, look at this. Network latency is almost nothing. It's all buffer latency. Okay, so these are the two events that I want to report in a more useful way. Let me make that not happen. What just happened? So, members is jargon. That should have said users in the first place. Yeah. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, there's nothing else really here. This is all just added. No problem. Okay, I have to turn these off because they're driving me mad. Okay, so for each user we have a wrapper, a name. What we're going to add is latency info, or connection info, let's call it. It'll be connection and latency info. Okay. Yeah, I did create that as a div. I need... Okay, this is going to be a little bit weird. No, it's fine. It's going to be faintly weird. Yeah, I already have a volume wrapper, so I'll just call this the name wrapper, and it will have similar properties. That is the new layout. I don't think big Orflex is a thing anymore. No, it's not. I can just take that away. I don't think half is a thing anymore. No, it's not. So there's not much being achieved by either of these, but what I want is for that to just go directly on. That's actually fine. But then I want the name wrapper. Let's Let's make that a row. And then user.name.style dot flex equals 1. I just basically want them to be the same size. I think that should no, I want them both to be auto. That's it. I want 2 autos. That should do the correct thing. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. Object.assign, name.style, flex to auto, background color. Do this for the moment. Then on top of that, I also want padding. That's what I forgot. Let's 0.1m should be sufficient. Okay, so now user list.user. Oh, okay, I see. User.wrapper.append child name wrapper. I don't actually need these wrappers to be in the user box because they don't change once they're set, they're done. So now, rather than putting that in the wrapper, we'll put it in the name wrapper. And now I can do user.connectioninfo.style and something similar. I want it to flex auto. I want it to have the same kind of padding. And for the time being, so is user list silent and speaking. Let's have user list con unknown, which will be the same as user list silent, user list con bad, unreliable, which will be red. User list con semi-reliable. What color is orange? That's orange. User list con reliable. I guess it should be more, you know what, let's leave it at that and see how it looks. RG. User list con unreliable. Did I have a separate unreliable and unknown? No. And user.connectioninfo.inner text. It's just going to be space until there's anything better to do. Is there anything? Space, I think, will not make it good. I need to make it a non-breaking space, otherwise it will take no space. Boy, that's a confusing sentence. Set attribute. Skill note, that makes sense to me. Info.set attribute. Aria label. To name. No connection. Okay, so that's step 0. Haven't really achieved anything yet, but this is at worst no worse. At worst no worse. There we go. That's a hard sentence to say. At worst no worse. hopefully, as well as being at worst no worse, it will oh. Oh well, no, that's definitely not working. Although, does oh, dang it! I become too JavaScripty. I forget to make install. Oops, not screen share. Ah, piff. Okay. Let's figure out why this looks like crap. So... oh, this is supposed to be an rflex row, not just a row. There it is, yeah. And the flexation did not work as I was hoping it would. How about if I just make them flex 1? Does that do what I want? That seems to do what I want, okay. I did go back and forth. I was like, do I want flex 1? Do I want flex auto? Flex 1 means make them the same, but fill the entire width, which is what I want. Auto means make it take all of the remaining space not used by anything else, and it's kind of weird to have two autos because they will take up different amounts of space depending on how much is actually in there. So I really did want flex 1. Flex 1 was correct. Okay, so this is quite unremarkable right now because that doesn't actually do anything. But once I get RT on Wii communicating this, then I can hook that up and make it actually show when connections are established. There it is. P2P. Gonna need to actually connect again to remember these event names and all of their properties and such. Peer P2P connected. Peer P2P latency. There's also peer P2P disconnected, of course. Which looks like that, peer P2P disconnected. Okay. Yep. So make sure that I know who we're talking about. And then I guess I should just raise this as an event. Yeah, let's raise this as an event. Then I can have the events engine actually figure it out. That's right. I have a util.dispatch event to do that in an easier way. So let's call this P2P dot connected. And the peer will be this dot ID map of that peer. The reason for that mapping is that this is like this component is the peer-to-peer communication part, and it has its own peer IDs just based on when you connected to the peer-to-peer communication component, but then you have to map those IDs to the IDs that are in Ennuicastr itself. So that's the ID map. And as well as peer, I'm going to have, what did I call it here? Reliability. That makes sense. I will use that name. On peer P2P send on peer P2P disconnected. Yes. This boilerplate is not ideal. P2P.disconnected. On peer P2P latency. And this reports all kinds of latency, but I really just want to summarize it to a single latency, so I'm just going to pull out total. Okay, so now I'm generating the events. It's not going to do anything without anything consuming the events, of course. Does this really not have any... Oh yeah, it does. Okay. Yes, this is when you add yourself to the list. Cogito ergo sum. Let me just remember how this works. Util events, right, and then of course it's ev.detail. Util.events.add event listener P2P connected. Okay, so I want P2P event connected EV. Util.events.add event listener P2P.disconnected. P2P event disconnected event. Ew. Ew. These lines are getting so long. Ew. Util.events.add event listener P2P latency EV P2P event latency. Yes, that should do. So now, let's see. I want to pull out the individual track. If it doesn't exist, I'm just going to ignore this event. That should be fine. Ooh, should that be fine? Let's assume that's fine. That should be fine, probably. So it is ui.panels.userlist.usersindex. ui.panels.userlist.users. really a message, but it's not a message. If the user isn't set, then we're just going to ignore this message. Otherwise, how about we do this? User list con unreliable. Switch by the event. If it's connected, then we want to set the color, but not set the text because we don't yet know the latency. Color equals, yeah, I'm gonna go there. Why not? These are all text from myself. Dot reliability. Just gonna pull that right out of a message from the wire. Watch me do it. That's a message from the wire, and I'm just putting it in CSS. Deal with it. Set the color. I'm using the unreliable color and the disconnected color the same, because if your connection is unreliable, then in effect you don't have a connection. But I also want to set the text, and the default text is, in fact, the default color is also fine. And if it's a latency event, then I only want to set the text, and the text is now that many milliseconds. Now that I have all that information, if I'm setting the color, then I want user.connectioninfo.style.background color equals color. If I'm setting the text, then I want user.connectioninfo.innerHTML to equal the text. Period. Done. Theoretically, that might be it. But it's not. Oh, I see. It is, but it's not. And now we make now we make that's what we do. Now we make TypeScript shut up. This may be sufficient. Am I certain that it's sufficient? Absolutely not. But I'm going to be sufficiently bold in editing to attempt to use it before checking the console for any issues. Okay. I'm a little bit confused by the fact that this isn't glowing. I'm glowing, but it's not glowing. A lot of the color info is not doing what it should. I definitely have a... So there's the two-line thing, which I evidently didn't fix. But on top of that... Yeah, so it is updating the connection speed. But why is it not the yeah, why is it not setting these colors at all? Zati is very strange. Does it not recognize when the other party is talking? It should.
It most certainly does. Yeah. This is not working.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. I know what's going on with that. Okay. That the host problems. The host as a debugging thing. Huh. Never mind. Huh. I think this is completely broken. Cool. And there's a UI.speech. It updates the user list. That is simply not happening. Is it possible that RT Ennui never... Oh my god, RT Ennui never dispatched that event. Oh wait, because it's the job... No, it's not the job of the processing. Because that's, local processing. Or is it? Yes, yeah, this is local processing. There's in proc and out proc, but for historical reasons, in proc is just called proc. So that's input processing. And I truly never updated that with RT Ennui. Really? Can such things be? Looks like we got bigger bugs to fix here. I know that I've seen this work, haven't I? Am I completely mad? I mean, I must be, because it's definitely not. I think I would... I would need to do this in... Hello, Joshua. In outproc, I suppose. Gotten confused by an unrelated mystery. Last week I saw the eclipse, Joshua. Feeling fine. At the moment of the eclipse, when I first took off the eclipse glasses, like the moment of totality, that is, it took so long for my eyes to focus that I am slightly concerned about my eyes. My eyes aren't great and always take a long time to focus. That's just the issue that I've always had. But well, always since my youth when my eyes was so good. But the actual post that moment of hazy vision, very very unique experience. It got really cold. I knew it was going to get cold, but I was surprised by how much colder it got so quickly. You just missed it, but I just encountered a really strange bug. It's I mean, it's just like straight up it's the creeping stupids, but I encountered a case of the creeping stupids. What can I say? Yeah, I think I do actually need to fix this at the RT on weed level, not the level. Not the Ennuicastr level. Okay, so that'll be on the track level. That's fine with me. Thanks. Where's the definition of track? Why couldn't it find that? Okay, so I guess this isn't a bug, it's just a feature that I hadn't realized I'd eliminated out of sheer stupids. So what I want is when I receive data, maybe when I play the data, maybe that makes more sense. Yeah. What? For some reason, it just happened like that. That part of my IDE, my editor, is not working. I can't go to the definition at all. So this is the first time when we actually get the track. I probably want to say, if it's the first audio track, then I will add the speaking timeout field in a moment. If I haven't set speaking timeout, then that will mean that I have not gotten speaking information, which means I want to... Oh wait, where would this event get dispatched? This dot... Okay, that makes sense. This dot room dot dispatch dot emit event. Peer speaking. The peer is this dot ID, and speaking is true. And in a second, 2 seconds, 1 second, let's say a second, I'm going to emit event, peer speaking. Say not speaking anymore. Really, I could set this to like 100 milliseconds, it would be sufficient. Let's set it to a second. But on top of that, I need to make sure to set speaking timeout to minutes. Okay, so if it's the first audio track, then we're going to use it to indicate whether they're speaking. We just emit a peer speaking event, which has the peer and speaking as true or false. Down here, oh, but what if I... Oh, if I remove the track, it's fine, because the timeout will stay. That's fine. Documentation. Yeah, figured. I'm way behind master. Get beta? I just figured it would suddenly start understanding English. Hey, go get beta for me. Okay. That can't be right. Oh, and is it? Yet it is. Close the chuckin' even if we didn't use it. Makes sense to me. That would have just been a tiny optimization, closing the chuckin' even if we didn't use it. Hence why I didn't push that all the way through to an actual release. Okay. Now here, if I use that version of RT on Wii, rebuild. Gonna take a bathroom break while this rebuilds. Okay, now at this point I'm not actually using those events, but let's actually put my mic back on rather than just leaving it sitting on a table. At this point I'm not even using these events, but I should still be able to see them in the log, and that is an important part. Okay. Peer speaking. True. Peer speaking false. Peer speaking true. Great. It, of course, takes a second, exactly like I said it was going to. But that's fine. Okay. The other part of this being publishing a new version of RT Ennui, I have to do in the background in my own environment. Sorry about that. This will be 0.6.9. Publish. Okay. 0.6.9 is published. So now I should. What the hell did I just do? I have no idea. We want specifically 0.6.9 or later. Good. And with that version, I now have everything I need. Okay, this is very silly. I'm going to unify these under a single like peer event thing. I don't like having this as event and EV. Okay, so in each case, if we're on a different connection, then go away. Oh wait, this won't be set. Do I have self here? I do now. The C. Self.connection. And if the event's peer is not in ID map, then we also return, and I will get ID out of ID map so I have that handy. Oops, not this, all self. Okay, having to use self everywhere is going to make this more annoying, but other than that, this will be much better, so I think it's worth the trouble. How do I want to... Let's do it like this. Okay, and then just one by one I have to get these into here. And of course I have to update this too. Why am I writing this manually? It's right here. Copy and paste. Cut and paste, in fact. Much better than copying and pasting. Just get some porn in there real quick. Slightly boring code rewriting here, but you know, sometimes it's necessary. Da 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 da. Hope you enjoy my humming, because it's apparently happening. I'm humming along to Opera Tango. I need to not play Tango Nuevo while doing this because I love Tango Nuevo so much. I can't not, like, it just, it takes me. It takes me away. Yeah, da 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 da. Da 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 da. These ones are faintly weird because I'm just redispatching events to a different place. Actually, these are all redispatching events, so I don't know why I'm saying that these particular ones are weird. They're all weird. Okay. Where did I hallucinate this from? Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Last one of these, then I've just got to add the new one. Does kind of feel like I increased the amount of code, but all of this boilerplate I've just removed. There's no way I've actually increased the amount of code. It has to be less. It has to be! Sure wish it would indent that correctly, though. Oops. Okay, and the new event probably goes up here. Peer speaking. And this is another case of dispatching an event. How does it actually use that? Okay, it's called user here. Love inconsistent names. And their actual speech status is status. Makes sense to me. Okay. Punch through a few new events. Watch this not compile because I forgot something. Oh, holy shit. Okay, there was only one error. And it was a very stupid one. It's never going to detect myself as not speaking because I have too much background sound, but the other me, it indeed turned off. Hey, wow, I even managed to detect myself as not talking. That's something. Okay, so did not even intend to address that problem. That's I guess that is peer-to-peer status indication. That's not that was a random side distraction. So yes, update RT on Wii. I need that. I need all this crap. I need that. That's unrelated but harmless. This I do not yet need. This I do not yet need. This I need. No, this I do not yet need. Okay. Now, I believe I've just pushed a bug that's been, or I just fixed a bug that's been in Ennuicastr for months without my knowing it. Testing, testing. I would need to start the recording to see this difference. Testing, testing. Huh. There's still no indication here. This is working fine. These are supposed to glow. That's not as important. Anyway, let's get back to the bug I was actually trying to fix rather than the bug just interrupted me fixing the first bug. Reason this didn't do the right thing is that it's supposed to be an R-flex row. And the reason why the info in it didn't do the right thing is I have no idea. I have no frickin' clue. I guess I need to sort of check whether it's even close. Yeah, the label I haven't updated yet. Oh, okay, so it is actually updating. It's just that I must have something interrupting it in some way.
User list con reliable. I don't like that Dark Reader seems to be trying to throw its own crap in there.
But Dark Reader is interrupting that, so... And it has the same crap there, so that's irrelevant. Oh wait, can it be as simple as the fact that I don't have the CSS re-downloaded? Let's do a hard refresh. This is caching. Caching ruins everything! I don't want to live in a world without caching, but also... it was just caching. Oh my god. Okay, I feel dumb. So, red is not ideal. That's misleading. This is showing that I don't have a connection to myself, which is technically true. But there we go. I've got a clean, fast connection to other myself. So I'm going to have to probably just cheat this one. But that's easy enough to do. Good. So the information is being communicated through correctly. It's just not as pretty as I would like for it to be just yet. You know what? You know what? I'm going to make the name Flex Auto. This just default, which is the same as Flex 1. But then I'm going to give it a minimum width of 5M. Let's go with 6M. So that way, it doesn't take so much space at the right for just this connection info. And in fact, is it text align? Yes. I'll align the text to the right too. Okay, so we've got the colors showing, we've got the text in the right place. The problems are, one, cogito ergo sum, which I can probably fix right where it says so. Does this return anything? No. I want UI.panels.user.list.users with Val. I guess Val is not the greatest name for it, but it is correct. And now user dot connection info dot style dot background color equals 12 of us. Always have a reliable connection to yourself. Okay, that should fix various display issues there. And then the only issues are that there's no text to say you're not connected. There we go. Okay, so to myself, I'm always green. Why is this not green right now? I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to ignore that as unimportant. This is correct. Yes, and it did turn green to indicate that it has a clean connection now. Good. 6M is probably more than I need. This looks good when it's all green. It looks a little bit doofusy when it's like just half green, but I mean, I'm indicating two things on one line. Who cares? So this is sufficient, but not perfect. There's more I could and should add here. Let's go ahead and update the CSS version so I don't get any more vile caching issues. And then not actually stage the updated version for commit. Okay, that is useful information. Next problem. This is also listening on UI.speech? Why? Ah, okay. Okay. That's to send local speech information out. But that's not how it works on RT-on-Wii, so that's not a problem. Okay, so UI.video.major. Well, no. That shouldn't matter in this direction either. I'm not going to have time to actually debug this, but I'm curious why the user boxes aren't glowing as they should be. I don't even remember what the entry point to this is. I'm just searching for the word video because I know it's like something around there. Yeah, update video UI. God. Why can't I jump the definition right now? So when is this supposed to be called, and why isn't it being called? Okay, yeah, clicking it obviously works. Yeah, user list update is certainly the correct entry point, and here it is. It should be working. Maybe it's just a CSS thing. Like maybe it works, it just kind of doesn't say that it works, so to speak. Oh yeah, it is definitely working because it just switched them. Testing, testing. Yeah, there's just some kind of issue. Why is this crossed out? Why is this canceled? Why are there so many exclamation points? The hell is going on? Why is it crossed out? Tell me why it's crossed out. It's like not using that and it doesn't say why. Let me inspect on this one. Oops, that. No, that. That's the one. It is working. It just isn't working. Is that... Wait just a cotton picking second. If this is Dark Reader, I'm going to be upset. Because it's dark mode anyway. Oh my god. Look, it's black around the outside. It was definitely Dark Reader. It was working all along. I played myself. Why isn't the border glowing green? What's happening? It's working fine. I'm just an idiot. Okay. 0 out of 10 work, Yahweasel. Well, I did fix that bug since there wasn't any bug. Oh, don't use Dark Reader on things that are already dark mode. Well, there's no time to start any other project. And I'm probably not going to merge this right now. Although, frankly, I don't know why. Be bold in editing. I'll merge this right now. This is such a minor change that, like, normally I go through quite a litany of tests before doing a merge like this, but this doesn't actually affect any of the connection or anything, so there's kind of not a lot to fail. But you know what? I am going to do the litany of tests, which means I'm not going to do it right now. So that merges cleanly, but I'm not going to go ahead and install the new version because I need to do the litany of tests. So what do? We made it indicate PTP status in a way that it did not before. We fixed an issue with speech and RT Ennui, and we did not fix an issue that was not an issue with speech and RT Ennui. So we fixed 2.1 bugs and got rabbit-holed by a bug that wasn't actually a bug. Debian. Okay. Well, that was a productive day. Till next time. Stream